And welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel. Please continue to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and please do the same for my friends NFC 360, Magpie 24/7 and Magpie Ultras. Welcome back to the channel and happy Tuesday and happy match day eve. So let's get into it. Before I come on to Brentford and that, yes, the celebrations at the weekend, but the celebrations, my God, they were fantastic, weren't they? It was just everything that we hoped for and more. Just seeing 300,000 people out there, it was just a magical day. Like, I know I was privileged in the fact that I've said this before, but we went to Wembley near the dugout, and then actually getting to be amongst all that on Saturday was just even better. So what we done was started stack. Then about 3 o'clock we went and got some cans, headed up to the Civic Centre on the grass opposite the uni. We were there, players passed about 5:05, and then a surreal moment walking up the town moor via the central motorway. That was strange, walking on the motorway when I've drove on it loads, but yeah, we walked up there, climbed in, and then it was just brilliant. And it just hit home, as I've said. Yesterday was a year since I'd scattered Jen, so it has been tough. And like everyone, Shearer said he lost his dad last May, and then Eddie Howe with his mum. He wished his mum was here. So everyone's got some connection. It was just brilliant. Like even the ITVX thing I shared last night, I'd only seen it shared like late on yesterday evening, so I wanted to make everyone aware it was there. But yeah, just watching that and then seeing the man who was 93, I think it was, with his family travelling up, that was magical. Just him getting to see that, and he said it was better than 55. And then you've got the interview with Luke Edwards, just him mentioning that his father-in-law was a Newcastle fan, didn't know that, so he had that personal connection. And he's even said that it's possibly been the best moment of his career. That was his interview with True Faith, if you watch that. So that just says everything. Even though he might have upset Leyton Orient fans, that was really nice to hear in his professional career how much that even meant to him, just as a lad who supports Orient, who covers us. And it was just brilliant getting to share it with your mates, just honestly, like watching the parade come down from Gallagher past St James's. Then the big flag at Eddie Howe, it's magical seeing that on the side of the Sandman. And then obviously came down Gallagher onto Percy Street, and just people like on the car park, Eldon Garden car park with the flags there, before they were hanging out the sides, and then people on the circular car park next to Eldon Square bus station. That was absolutely mental. I didn't see that when we first walked out, because we went to Clayton Street Tesco for a drink, so that was funny just seeing that after. But honestly, the photos are just fantastic. The interviews, obviously, through Ant and Deck being there, Pete Graves and Lindsay Hipgrave on the Town Wire interviewing Shearer and everyone, the players. And then Bruno's he's effervescent, isn't he? He's just such a charismatic player. Just what a person he is. When he was there, that he just said, "What was your speech to the players?"
As captain on the day at Wembley, what did you say to the boys before they went out for that final?
Well, I said to them, today we go to the pitch as a player and we live there as a fucking legend. And here we are.
Go out here as players, leave as fucking legends, and that's what we did. And then said Tonali's chant, eats spaghetti, loves Moretti, hates fucking Sunderland. Honestly, that brought the house down.
Sandro Tonali! Sandro Tonali! Eats spaghetti, he loves Moretti, he hates fucking Sunderland!
Absolutely brilliant, an absolute crease. So it was honestly just memories to last forever. Absolutely brilliant. And I just feel like it was done at the right time. Feel if we're left at the end of the season, the feel-good factor might have went. We were fortunate though that we've had the international break in between, and then the feel-good continue with Dan Burn getting called up, and then the players having that weekend unfortunate or fortunate we got knocked out the FA Cup, because it would have been more expensive if we had another 2 Wembley trips on top of the one we've already did. But it freed up the weekend so everyone could just join in together, and people saying they flew in from everywhere, drove up from everywhere. Saw a bloke on one of the Newcastle Toon pages on Facebook on Saturday morning. He left Plymouth at 2 a.m. Now that's commitment, honestly. God knows what time he was up. I think it was Plymouth, or it might have been Cornwall, but it was somewhere down there in the southwest. And then, yeah, just brilliant day. But what we'll have to do now is park that. That's done. And now we've got a huge 10 games coming up in the Premier League. So I'm just up here, as you can probably notice, when you know the areas, like you all do, with the Royal Keys. Just going to JD Gym, if I can get my finger right there. I'm just going there after here, so that's the reason why I'm down this way. And I passed my old flat in Percy Main, so I just thought, why don't I merge the two together and see what it's like. I haven't lived here for 8 years now, so I'm back regularly, but I haven't been back to the flat in 8 years, so it was beautiful to see, and it's such a beautiful day. I had to come down to the town in some way or another. But yes, we'll go the final 10 Premier League games. It feels good to get back to league action because it has been a while, and yeah, it's a mammoth 10 games. I don't want to put any importance on one game more than the other. Though I feel two key games in this run are going to be the Crystal Palace game in hand. We'll have to win that. We'll have to win home games, in my opinion, and then Chelsea. The Chelsea game, that's going to be key, because if they remain above or within the 2 points of touching distance that they are right now, then we'll have to overhaul them. So we've got some massive games, but these 10 games, just they're huge. And I feel what we need to do to win it is get 7 wins out of this. So I feel 6 home games, 4 away. I feel we just have to be taking advantage now, because the last 10 games before this, before the final, were 6 wins and 4 draws. So we have been inconsistent. So I do feel that we'll have to turn our home form around now, because we seem to be getting better away. But our home form's where we've always, majority of the seasons, have won our points when we've finished high in the table. So we'll have to be doing this. We'll have to get Champions League football in these next set of games, like even the next half a dozen games, because we've got Brentford tomorrow, then we're away at Leicester, fighting for their lives. I don't feel any of these games are going to be a walkover. Yeah, Brentford tomorrow, Leicester away on the Monday. I've got back-to-back home games with Man U, and then a short turnaround before the game in hand against Palace, and then we'll go down to a very tough game at Villa Park, and then we've got Ipswich here. So these 6 games before we've got a few tough away ones, in Brighton and Arsenal, but they're massive. Honestly, they are so massive. And you know what though, tomorrow's not going to be as straightforward as everyone thinks. Brentford are a very good team. It's still fresh in the memory when the battered were down there 4-2. It was I think it was Shada, Mbuemo, Wissa and Collins back on December the 7th. Now I know we got the victory in the quarter-final when we've eventually won the League Cup 11 days later. 2 goals from Sandro Tonali and then Fabian Schär. So we got them back slightly, but we need to be winning these league games if we want to entertain any idea of Champions League football. In Brentford, they've won Saints, Palace, Leicester, West Ham and Bournemouth. They've won the last 5 away from home. Remember when they couldn't win away from home and then they're only winning at home? Well, now they can't win at home and they're winning away. Football's a funny old game, isn't it? But they've still got those same threats. Johan Wissa, player we're going after, or allegedly going after, who would fill that right wing spot, who's proven in the Premier League, Brian Mbuemo. They'll be another threat, and you know what they want to do. They'll probably come here and they're wanting to be the team that spoils the party after the cup win, and this is why we need to galvanise ourselves. We can't, there's 2 ways this could obviously go. We get overwhelmed by the situation after all the celebrations and ending the trophy drought, and the season just peters out. Or what we hope will happen is we use this to galvanise win the last 10 games and get what I feel will be a minimum of 7 wins. Well, if we get 7 wins, I feel we'll get Champions League, because I do expect a couple of defeats along the way. One will possibly be at either Villa Park or the Emirates, and then I reckon we can get a point, because Arsenal are going to get Saka back. So I'm just thinking out of the games, well, obviously the 3 away games at Villa Park, Arsenal and Brighton will be tough, but I reckon win all the home games, get 1 away win out of the remaining games and another point, and then I reckon that's enough. I'd say 22 points will be enough for Champions League football. That'll give us 69 points, and I think that's the points total we had in 2002-03 when we finished 3rd. I might be wrong, but I can post it on the screen there. But yeah, it's going to be massive. So we can't underestimate anyone, because you know what Newcastle have been like in the past. We expect to go to a team like Leicester and win, but then they turn over. But the season they're having at the moment, we've got to be winning these games. So what do I think tomorrow? I do think it'll be tough. They'll try and maybe they'll either come out the blocks and try and catch a cold early on, or they could just sit in a low block and they might try and frustrate with. And then when they've got the crowd quieting down, then they'll try and push on from there and get a goal. So they are a threat, but I do feel we will win 3-1. I'm expecting possibly 2 goals from Alexander Isak to continue his red hot form, and then I expect probably another goal from either Bruno or Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes is due a goal. And good news that he has confirmed today. Anthony Gordon, he had really bad bruising around his thigh or hip area, but he said he's going to be fine for Monday when we go to Leicester, because obviously tomorrow he serves his final ban of his 3-game ban. And then we've got good news on Sven Botman. He's looking to be back in May, so that's excellent news. Would he be rushed? We don't know. We might need him, but he's be good to have him back for the final few games of the season, knowing he's fine. Suspension news, Dan Burns on 8 yellow cards and Joe Linton's on 9, so both of them, they've got to get through the next 4 league games, so that's tomorrow, Leicester, Man U and Palace, before it resets for the final 6 games of the season, so hopefully they can get through them. Obviously we've got a little bit depth in Willock and Longstaff, but it will be tough because Joe Linton's combative and Premier League referees rarely take any nonsense, so we'll wait and see what happens in that one. Those scarves from Wembley that we had, we need to just bring them tomorrow night. I don't want anyone, I've even been saying this to my mates, don't leave them at home, bring them with you. The atmosphere that we created at Wembley, created tomorrow at St James's Park. We do nothing better than a game under the light in midweek, and we need to be PSG like. If we can continue how we were at Wembley, as the players did, where all of them, as I'd said in a preview before Wembley, were at least a 9, then we can really push on from there and do that. But everyone needs to be on it, just like we were at Wembley. So we need to bring our voices, we need to bring our black and white shirts, we need to bring our scarves, and that'll give the players the push they need, because you know what, Champions League's massive, we do need it, because we want to keep the Tonali's, we want to keep the Isaks. I don't think Bruno's going anywhere after his speech on Saturday, but we do need Champions League football. And you know what? If we want to be an elite club, we need to start having that elite mentality. None of this, I'm happy with the club and I'll just rest on my laurels. We need to just kick on. Can turn a good season or a great season into a brilliant / excellent one. So we need to grasp this opportunity, because the table's tight at the moment. There's only 8 points separating Chelsea in 4th on 49 points, down to Brentford in 11th on 41. So it's so tight in there at the moment. So any slip-ups, teams will take advantage. So we just got to look after ourselves and make sure we're the team who finish in that top 5. We'll see what happens. But yeah, key is having 6 games at home and only 4 away. We've got to take advantage of our home games, as I've said. But yeah, it's so condensed, so tightly packed in there in that table, and anyone can leapfrog anyone at the moment. And tomorrow's key, because if Brentford win, they go 3 points behind we, and then suddenly we're looking over our shoulder, and then the Champions League race or talk. So yes, it's huge, very, very, very huge tomorrow. Now, last thing I just want to say, all those ripping about the trophy celebrations, ignore them. It is just down to jealousy and it's not them. Like O'Hara last night in TalkSport, laughable, him saying over the top and that. Yeah, because he's jealous of the celebrations and the fact that Spurs can't win anything. I've got to say this, compliments to Liverpool fans. They've been nothing but class since we won. Proper fan. And have you noticed all those fans have been ripping were those who probably don't go to games? It's the proper match-going fans on social media who compliment were, not those who just pick a club so they can piggyback off glory. They don't know what that was like for our city. That League Cup meant more to me than any trophy that any other club have won, because they don't know the love, the pride, the passion, the heritage of our club, like what the love we have for our area where we live. That meant so much more than any other trophy any other club would win. So to me, they can laugh all they want, but they're laughing because it's not them. Because if the League Cup meant so little, then why have clubs in recent years who've won it been the so-called Sky Six? Man U, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. So yeah, if it meant so little, why are those clubs won it? I don't care if they fielded weakened teams in the early rounds. At the end of the day, you still have to go out there and win it. And they've won it and celebrated. Even Jurgen Klopp said a quote once saying the League Cup's a big trophy. So you're telling me it's not a big trophy when a manager what he's won saying that. So yeah, it's just bitterness, it's just jealousy from those who don't go to actual games. And all I'll say is this as well. I seen a great article on the mag which said that 3 clubs have won 40 out of the last 57 trophies. Those 57 trophies being 49 domestic trophies and 8 European trophies. 50 out of the 57 trophies have been won by 5 clubs. So who are those other clubs who won the remaining 7? Well, Leicester, 2016 Premier League, that memorable season, when there were 5,000 to 1 odds. They won the FA Cup in 2021. Obviously, we've won the League Cup last month. So that's 3 of the trophies. The other 4 being Birmingham, 2011 League Cup, 2013 Swansea, the League Cup, Wigan, the FA Cup, and then you also go to West Ham in 2023. Sorry, I nearly forgot, the Europa Conference League. So people mocking you. Trophies are very, very hard to win. There's only been a certain amount of clubs who've been successful and then built on that success, who've been able to mop them up at regular intervals, like the Liverpools, Man U's when they were dominant, Chelsea when they got Abramovich, City in recent years. So clubs who win trophies, that's massive. Like, not every club wins a trophy, so it's a special moment. So let them mock, let them laugh. They're just jealous it's not them. They looked at that. The players might have looked at that and thought they want to stay. I don't know. I can't speak for them. Like I said, I don't think it's enough to keep them. I think we need Champions League. We have to become that elite club. But those mocking were, they wish it was them. We've ended with trophies row. 300,000 people across the city to watch a trophy parade. And then 150,000 on the town were. That was just incredible, and that just shows how good, how special, how fantastic our club is and our fan base. I had 4 generations of fans, families there, seeing that. That's how much it meant. So yeah, we need to use it. As I said, we've got to park in now, all emotion, that's done. Galvanise we and let it push we on to get Champions League football. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you very much from me and the Royal Keys. Take care. Hope you all have a lovely rest of your Tuesday and a good Wednesday tomorrow, and enjoy the match tomorrow. Let's roll them on to 3 points. Bye now.